grabbed your cold beverage on your way in. So you're probably wondering, what is A Doll's House about? Sabrina?
Thank you for asking, darling. I would love to tell you. A Doll's House, written by Henrik Ibsen, was based in Norway, 1879, where Henrik Ibsen aimed to criticize the hypocrisy and constraints placed on women within marriages and society in the 19th century. It follows the story of Nora Helmer on her way to self-discovery and freedom in her marriage.
We are stage majors divided into two companies, which is Not Your Doll Productions, performing scenes 1 to 4, and Songbird Studios, performing scenes 5 to 8. So in the first scene, it starts off on a cold Christmas evening in the Helmer home, performed by Alexis, Engelbrecht as Nora Helmer, and Judith October as Mrs. Linde.
Following, in scene 2, Nora, played by myself, Sabrina, Kloft, reveals a little secret to Miss Linde, played by
Gwentshe.
What is the secret?
I guess we'll have to find out. And in scene 3, tension arises between Mrs. Linde, played by Tameryn Van Wyk, and Nora, played by Naesha. What happens next?
Scene 4 will be introduced soon throughout the scenes. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy.
And we say lights,
curtains,
showtime!
Sorrow. But, Christine, how is that possible?
Nora, these things do happen. about you?
Well, you start. I'm not going to be selfish today. I'm just going to think of you. Oh, but there is one thing that I want to tell you. Have you heard of the wonderful luck we've just had?
No. What?
Would you believe it? My husband has just been made manager of the bank.
Oh, your husband. Oh, how lucky.
Yes, isn't it? Being a lawyer is so uncertain, you know. Especially if one isn't prepared to touch any case that isn't, well, quite nice. And of course, Torvald's been very firm about that, and I'm absolutely with him. Oh, you can imagine how happy we are. He's joining the bank in the new year, and he'll be getting a big salary and lots of percentages too. Oh, from now on, we'll be able to live quite differently. We'll be able to do whatever we want. Oh, Christine, such a relief. I feel so happy. Well, it must be lovely to have heaps and heaps of money and not have to worry about anything, don't you think?
It must be lovely to have enough to cover one's needs anyway.
Not just our needs. We are going to have heaps and heaps of money.
Nora, dear, haven't you grown up yet? When you were at school, you were always such a terrible little spendthrift.
Yes, Torvald still says that. But Nora isn't as silly as you think. Oh, we've been in no position for me to waste money. We've both had to work. Yes, little things. Fancy work, crocheting, embroidery, and so forth. And other things too. I suppose you know Torvald left the ministry when we got married. There were no prospects for promotion in his department. But of course he needed more money. But the first year he overworked himself dreadfully. He had to take on all sorts of extra jobs and work day and night. But it was too much for him and he became frightfully ill. The doctor said he'd have to go to a warmer climate.
Yes, that's the reason why he spent an entire year in Italy, right?
Yes. It wasn't easy for me to get away, you know. I just had Ivor. But of course it had to happen. And it saved Torvald's life. Oh, it was a marvelous trip, Christine. But it cost an awful lot of money, Christine.
I can imagine.
No, Torvald hasn't had a moment's illness since we went away. And the children, they're fit and healthy, and so am I. Oh God, Christine, isn't it a wonderful thing to be alive and happy?
Oh, but how beastly of me. I've only been talking about myself. Please don't be angry at me, Christ. Tell me, is it really true you didn't love your husband? Why did you marry him then?
Well, my mother was still alive and she was helpless and bedridden. And I had my two little brothers to take care of. I didn't feel like it so long.
Yes, well, perhaps you're right. He was rich then, was he?
Quite comfortably off, I believe. You see, Nora, his business was unsound, so when he died, he'd been completely bankrupt. And I had nothing left.
What did you do?
Well, I had to try and make ends meet somehow. So I started a little store and a little shop. And anything else I could turn my hands to. Oh, these last 3 years have just been one endless slog for me, without a moment's rest. But all of that is over now, Nora. Poor dead mother doesn't need me anymore. She's passed away. And the boys, they don't need me either. They've got jobs now and they can look after themselves.
Well, how relieved you must feel.
Oh, no, Nora. Just unspeakably empty. No one to live for anymore. That's why I couldn't bear to stay up there any longer. I was cut off from the world. I thought it'd be easier to come out here and find some work somewhere. Something that'll exercise and occupy my mind. Some office work of some kind.
Christine, that sounds dreadfully exhausting. And you look practically finished already. Surely you go away somewhere.
I have no papa to pay for my holidays, Nora.
Please, don't be angry at me, Christine.
Nora, it is I you should ask not to be angry at me. That's the worst thing about this kind of situation. It makes one so bitter. One has no one to live for, yet one has to be continually sponging for jobs. One has to live, and so one becomes completely egocentric. Can you imagine, Nora, when you just told me about this luck you've just had with Torvald's new job? I was not so happy so much on your account, but on my own.
How do you mean? Oh, you mean Torvald may be able to help you?
Yes, I was thinking that.
He will too, Christine. Just leave it to me. I'll lead it up so delicately, so delicately. I'll get him in the right mood. Oh, Christine, I do so want to help you.
Oh, it is so sweet of you to bother so much about me, Nora. Especially since you know so little about the hardships and the worries of life.
You say I know little of.
Well, Nora dear, those bits and fancy works of yours, well, really, you are a child, Nora.
You shouldn't say that so patronizingly.
Oh?
You're just like the rest. You think I'm incapable of getting down to anything serious.
My dear Nora,
You think I've had no worries like the rest of you.
Nora dear, you just told me about all your difficulties.
Who that? I haven't told you about the big thing.
What big thing?
You patronize me, Christine, but you shouldn't. You're proud of how long and hard you've worked for your mother, right?
I don't patronize anyone, Nora, but you're right. I am both proud and happy that I was able to make my mother's last days on earth comparatively easy.
And you're proud of what you've done for your brothers.
I think I have a right to be.
I think so too, Christine. But let me tell you something. I too have something to be happy and proud about.
Don't doubt it, but what is this?
Speak quietly. Suppose Torvald should hear. He mustn't at any price. No one must know, Christine. No one but you.
Yes. What is this?
Come over here. Yes, Christine. I too have something to be happy and proud about. It was I who saved Torvald's life.
Save him? How did you save it?
I told you about our trip to Italy. Torvald wouldn't have managed to survive if we hadn't gone down there.
Yes, well, your papa provided the money.
So Torvald and everyone else thinks, but
Yes.
Papa didn't give us a penny. It was I who earned the money.
You? All of it?
£250. What do you say to that?
Nora, did you win the lottery or something?
Lottery? What is there to be proud of in that?
So where did you get it from then? You couldn't have borrowed it.
Oh? Why not?
Well, a wife can't borrow money without her husband's consent.
Ah, but if a wife has a little business sense and knows how to be clever.
But Nora, I simply don't understand. But, Nora, I simply don't understand.
You don't have to. No, when I said I borrowed the money, I could have gotten it in some other way. I could have gotten it from a secret admirer. You know, when a girl's as pretty as I am.
Nora, you're crazy.
You're dying of curiosity now, aren't you, Christine?
Nora, dear, you haven't done anything foolish.
Is it foolish to save one's husband's life?
I think it's foolish if without his knowledge you...
But the whole point was that he mustn't know. Great heavens, don't you see? He hadn't known how dangerously ill he was. It was me they told that his life was in danger, and that only going to a warm climate could save him. Do you suppose I didn't try to think of other ways to get him down there? I told him how wonderful it would be for me to go abroad like other young wives. I cried and I prayed. I asked him to remember my condition and said he ought to be nice and tender to me. And then I suggested that he might quite easily borrow the money. But then he got almost angry with me, Christine. He said that I was being frivolous and that it was his duty as man not to pander to my moods and caprices. At least, I think that's what he told him. Well, then I thought, you have to be saved somehow. And then I thought of a way.
But didn't your husband find out from your father that the money hadn't come from him?
No, never. Papa died just then. I thought of letting him into the plot and asking him not to tell. But since he got so ill, and as things turned out, it hadn't become necessary.
And you've never told your husband about this?
For heaven's sake, no! He's frightfully strict about such matters. And besides, he's so proud of being a man that it would be so painful and humiliating for him to know that he owed anything to me. I completely wrecked our relationship. This life we built together would no longer exist.
Will you never tell him?
Yes. Perhaps. Years from now, when I'm no longer pretty. You mustn't laugh. I mean, when Torvald no longer loves me as he does now, and when it no longer amuses him to see me dance and dress up and play the fool for him, then it might be useful for me to have something up my sleeve. Ah, stupid. That time will never come. Well, what do you think of my big secret, Christine? I'm not completely useless, am I? Mind you, all this has caused me a frightful lot of worry, because it hasn't been easy for me to meet my obligations punctually. In case you didn't know, in the world of business, there are things called quarterly installments and investments, and they're a terrible problem to cope with. So I'd have to scrape a little here and save a little there as best I can. I haven't been able to make much of housekeeping, my dear, because Torvald likes to live well, and I couldn't let the children go short of clothes. I couldn't take anything out of what he gives me for them. The poor little angels.
So, you've had to stint yourself.
Well, of course. After all, it was my problem. You see, whenever Torvald gave me money to buy me new clothes, I never used more than half of it. I always bought the cheapest and plainest. Thank heaven, anything suits me. Because But it made me quite sad sometimes, because it's lovely to wear pretty clothes, don't you think? Indeed it is. And then I found one or two other sources of income. Last winter, I managed to get a lot of copying to do, so I shut myself away and wrote late into the evening. Oh, I often got so tired, so tired. But it was great fun though, sitting, working, and earning money. It was almost like being a man.
How much have you managed to pay off like this?
Well, I can't say exactly. It's awfully difficult to keep an exact check of these kinds of transactions. But I only know I paid everything I managed to scrape together. But sometimes I didn't know where to turn. Then I'd imagine that a rich old gentleman had fallen in love with me.
What gentleman?
Silly. And that now is past, and when they open his will, it would say in big letters, everything I possess is to be paid for with to my beloved wife, Mrs. Nora Helmer, in cash.
But, Nora dear, who was this gentleman?
For heaven's sake, don't you understand? There wasn't any old gentleman. He was just something I dreamt up of as I sat late into the evening, wondering how on earth I'm going to raise some money. But what does it matter? The old ball can stay imaginary as far as I'm concerned, because I don't have to worry any longer. Oh, Christine, isn't it wonderful? I don't have to worry any longer. No more troubles. I can play all day with the children. I can fill the house with pretty little things just the way Torvald likes. And Christine, it will soon be spring, and the skies will be blue and the air will be fresh, and then perhaps we'll be able to take a trip somewhere. I shall be able to see the sea again.
Judy? Yes, Alexis? Have you ever had to keep a big secret from your significant other? Girl, let's not talk about me. But let's not ask the audience. Has anyone here ever kept a secret?
As we all know, Nora loaned a huge sum of money from the bank. Turns out Nora is as silly as we think she is.
Kloft had paid a visit to Nora, threatening to spill the tea to Torvald about Nora's loan.
Oh, Torvald's going to be furious about that. But wait, Judy, who is crossed up and what does he have to do with Nora?
And the tea only gets hotter from this point onwards. What will Nora do after Torvald catches her and spots her speaking to Kloft?
Will she break?
Well, we'll have to find out in the next scene. And the next scene stars Tumelo as Torvald and Ngcali as Nora.
Well, Judy, before our tea grows cold, I think we should get started then. Enjoy!
You're back already.
Yes. Has anyone been here?
Here? No.
That's strange. I saw Krogstad come out of the front door.
Oh, Krogstad. Yes, he was here for a few minutes.
Nora, I can tell from your face he has been here. And he asked you to put in a good word for him.
Yes.
And you were to pretend you were doing so of your own accord. You were going to tell me he had been here? He asked you to do that too, didn't he?
Yes, Torvald.
Nora! And you were to enter into such conspiracy, talking to a man like that, and making him promises. And then, to top it all off, to tell me an untruth.
An untruth?
Didn't you say no one had been here? My little songbird must never do that again. A songbird must have a clean beak to sing with, or she'll start twittering out of tune. Isn't that the way we want things? Yes, of course it is. So let's hear no more of it. How calm and peaceful it is.
Torvald,
Yes?
I'm terribly looking forward to the fancy dress for Stirbox on Boxing Day.
And I'm terribly curious to see what you'll surprise me with.
Oh, it's so maddening.
What is?
I can't decide what I should wear.
So my little Nora has come to that conclusion, has she?
Are you very busy, Torvald?
Oh?
What are those papers?
Oh, just something to do with the bank.
Already?
I persuaded the trustees to give me certain authority to make certain changes in the staff and organization. I want to have everything straight by the new year.
So that's why that poor man crossed that.
Hmm?
You know, if you weren't so very busy, Torvald, I was going to ask you an enormous favor.
Well, tell me, what was it to be?
Well, you know I trust your taste more than anyone else's. And I'm so anxious to look beautiful at the fancy dress ball. Couldn't you help me to decide what I shall go as and what costume I love to wear?
Aha! So little Miss Independence in need of a man to rescue her, does she?
Yes, Torvald. You know I can't get anywhere without your help.
Well, I'll give the matter a thought. We'll find something.
Oh, how kind of you! Look at how pretty these red flowers look. Is it really so dreadful that thing Crockstead did?
He forged someone else's name. Have you any idea what that means?
Might he been forced to do it out of some emergency?
He probably wasn't thinking. That's usually what happens. I'm not so heartless as to condemn a man for an isolated action.
No, Torvald, of course not.
Just think, a man with the load on his conscience, how he must always be lying, cheating, and dissembling. How he must even wear a mask in the presence of those dearest to him, even his own wife and children. Yes, Nora, the children. That's the worst danger.
Why?
Because an atmosphere of lies contaminates and poisons every corner of a home. Every breath the children draw contains the germs of evil.
Do you really believe that?
Oh, my dear, I've come across it so often in my working at the bar. Every young criminal is a child of a mother who is a constitutional liar.
Why do you say mothers?
Well, it's usually the mothers, though the fathers can have the same influence. Every good lawyer knows that all too well. And yet this fellow Krogstad has been sitting all these years, poisoning his children with his lies and pretenses. And yet, that is why I say, morally speaking, he is dead. So, my dear little Nora, promise me never to plead his case. Your hand on it. What's this? Come, come, give me your hand. There, that's settled. I assure you it would be quite impossible for me to work in the same building as him. I literally feel physically ill in the presence of a man like that.
Oh, it's getting quite hot in here, and I have a lot of things to do.
Yes, and I should get us some of this red before dinner. And I'll think about your costume too. And I may even have something in gold to hang on the Christmas tree. My precious little son.
It's nonsense. It must be nonsense. It's impossible. It must be impossible.
In this scene, Linde, played by Lea Van De Merwe, visits Nora Helmer, played by Asakhe Zibi, as she sews a tarantula dress.
Now, as they converse, Mrs. Linde brings up her suspicions about Nora's relationship with Dr. Rank.
Nora's obviously taken aback, as she isn't having an affair with him. However, she does harbor a different secret that Mrs. Linde doesn't know.
be a fancy dress ball tomorrow night at Consul Stenbox, and Torvald wants me to go as Neapolitan fisher girl and dance the tarantella. I learned it in Capri.
I say, are you going to give a performance?
Oh yes, Torvald says I should. Though, this is the dress he had made for me in Italy. Oh, but now it's all torn and I don't know.
Oh, we'll soon put that right.
Oh.
The stitching just come away. Needle and... Ah.
Oh, you're being awfully sweet, Christine.
So, you going to dress up? I must pop over for a moment to see how you look. Oh, but I've completely forgotten to thank you about that nice evening yesterday.
Oh, I don't think it was as nice as usual. Oh, you ought to have come to town a little earlier, Christine. Yes, Torvald just knows how to make a house look attractive.
I'm sure you do too. You're not your father's daughter for nothing. Tell me, is Dr. Rank always in such low spirits as he was yesterday?
No. Last night it was rather noticeable. He's got a terrible disease, spinal tuberculosis, poor man. His father was a beastly thing that brought women in and so on, and as a result of that, he's been sickly ever since he was a child. Well, you understand.
But how on earth do you know about such things, Nora?
Oh, don't be silly, Christine. When one has 3 children, one comes into contact with women who, well, know things about medical matters, and they let one know what they want to.
Does Dr. Rank visit you every day?
Oh, yes, every day. He's one of Torvald's oldest friends, and he's become a good friend to me too. He's almost one of the family.
Tell me, is he quite sincere? I mean, doesn't he just say the sort of thing he thinks people ought to hear?
Why, no, Christine. Whatever would make you think that?
It's just that, I mean, yesterday when you introduced me to him, he said he'd often heard my name mentioned around here, but when I spoke to your husband, he had no idea who I was. So how is it?
Yes, that's quite right, Christine. You see, Torvald is so hopelessly in love with me that he wants to have me all to himself. Those were his very words. When we first got married, he got jealous if I even mentioned any of my old friends back home, so naturally I stopped talking to him about that sort of thing. Oh, but I often chat with Dr. Rank about that sort of thing. He enjoys it, you see.
Now listen, Nora. In many ways, you're still a child, and I'm a bit older than you and have a bit more experience of the world than you. There's something I wish to say to you. You ought to give up this business with Dr. Rank.
What business?
Well, everything. I mean, yesterday you were speaking about this secret admirer of yours who was going to lend you money.
Yes, and who doesn't exist, unfortunately. But what's that got to do?
Is Dr. Rank rich?
Yes.
And he has no dependents?
No, none.
And he comes here to see you every day.
Yes, I told
Oh,
you.
but how dare a man of his education be so forward?
What on earth are you talking
No,
about?
stop pretending, Nora. Do you think I haven't realized who it was who lent you that £200?
Are you out of your mind? How could you imagine such a thing? A friend, someone who comes here every day. Why, that would just be an impossible situation.
So it really wasn't him then?
No, of course not, Christine. I could have never imagined asking Dr. Rank. So, anyways, he hadn't had money to lend then. And he hadn't come into that situation until much later.
I think that's a very lucky thing for you, Nora, my dear.
No, Christine, I could have never imagined to ask Dr. Rank. Though, I'm sure that if I did ask him...
But of course you wouldn't.
Oh, no, of course not. I don't imagine that should ever become necessary. Though, I'm sure that if I did ask...
Behind your husband's back.
I've got to get out of this business, Christine! That is behind my husband's back. I've just got to get out of
Yes,
it.
well, that's what I told you yesterday, but you
It's
didn't
much
seem to
easier
listen.
for a man to arrange these things than a woman.
One's own husband, yes.
Oh, gosh!
Nora, you're hiding something from me.
In this scene, Kloft, played by Ncube, storms into the Helmer household following an earlier confrontation. He demands answers from Nora, played by Tessie Ratner, about the money she owes him and the job her husband took away.
As these two converse, the tension increases. Every word they are saying are laced by unspoken threats and desperate resolve. So, let's enter her world and see how this unfolds.
It's happening. It's happening after all. No. It couldn't possibly happen. It mustn't happen.
Where is she? Where is she?
Quiet! My husband is home.
Let him hear!
What do you want from me?
Information.
Well, hurry up then. What is it?
I suppose you know I've been given the sack.
I couldn't stop it, Mr. Krogstad. I did everything I could, but it didn't help.
Does your husband love you so little? He knows what I can do to you, yet he dares to.
Surely you don't imagine I told him.
I didn't really think you had. It wouldn't have been like my old friend, Torvald Helmer, to show that much.
Mr. Krogstad, I'll trouble you to speak respectfully of my husband.
Well, don't worry. I'll show him all the respect he deserves. But since you're so anxious to keep this matter all hushed up, I presume you're better informed than you were yesterday of the gravity of what you've done.
I've learned more than you could ever teach me.
Yes, from a bad lawyer like me.
What do you want from me?
I just wanted to see how things were with you, Mrs. Helmer. Believe it or not, I've been thinking about you all day. Even duns and hack journalists have hearts, you know.
Show some heart then. Think of my little children.
Have you thought of mine? Well, let's not forget about that. I just came here to tell you that you don't need to take this business too seriously. I'm not going to be taking any action for the present.
Oh no, you won't, will you? Oh, I knew it!
Yes, it can all be settled quite amicably. There's no need for it to become too public. It can stay amongst the three of us.
Oh, my husband must never know about this.
How can you stop him? Can you pay me the balance of what you owe me?
Not immediately.
Have you any means of raising the funds in the next few days?
None that I would care to use.
Well, it wouldn't have helped anyway. However much money you offered me, I wouldn't give you back that paper.
What are you going to do with it?
Just keep it. No one else ever need hear about it, so in case you were thinking of doing anything desperate.
I am.
Such as running away.
I am.
Or anything more desperate.
How did you know?
Just give up the idea.
How did you know?
Most of us think of that at first. I had. But I hadn't the courage.
Neither have I.
It's true, isn't it? You hadn't the courage either.
No, I haven't. I haven't.
Well, it'd be a stupid idea anyway. Once the first little domestic explosion is over, I have a letter addressed to your husband.
Telling him everything.
As delicately as possible.
You must never see that letter. Tear it up. I will find the
sorry, Mrs. Helmer. I thought I'd explain.
Oh, I don't need the money I owe you. Let me know how much you want from my husband and I will find it for you.
I'm not asking your husband for money.
What do you want then?
I'll tell you! I want to get back on my feet again, Mrs. Helmer. And your husband is going to help me. For 18 months now, my record has been clean. I've been in hard straits all this time, and I was content to fight my way back inch by inch. Now, I've been chucked into the mud. And I am not going to be satisfied with just getting my job back. No. I am going to get to the top. I tell you. I'm going to get back to the bank. It is going to be higher up. Your husband is going to create a new job.
He will never do that.
I know him. He wouldn't dare risk a scandal, and once I'm there, you'll see. Within a month, it will be Nils Krogstad running that bank, not Torvald Helmer.
That will never happen.
Oh, you think
Well, now I have the courage.
Oh, you can't frighten me, a pampered little pretty like you.
You'll see. You'll see.
Down in the cold. Black water. And then to float up again in spring, ugly, unrecognizable, hairless.
You can't frighten me, Mr. Croxton.
And you can't frighten me. People don't do such things, Mrs. Helmer. And what'll be the use? I have him in my heart.
But what about afterwards when I'm no longer?
Have you forgotten your then reputation lies within my hands? Well, I've warned you. Don't do anything silly. When Helmer's read my letter, he'll get in touch. And remember, it is your husband who forced me to act like this. And for that, I'll never forgive him. Goodbye, sister.
He's not going to give him the letter. No, that couldn't possibly happen. What is he doing? He's not going downstairs. Is he changing his mind? No! Not the letterbox!
In this scene, Nora Helmer, played by Maran is visibly distracted and anxious, and chooses to confide in her friend, Miss Christine Linde, played by Judy, about a serious predicament involving the letter from Krogstad.
As the letter is unfolded, Nora discovers a shocking truth. And so does Miss Christine. One that will change the course of Nora's life forever.
Well, I've done the best I can. Shall we see how it looks? Christine, come here. What's wrong with you? You look as though you'd seen a ghost. Come here.
Do you see the letter there? Look through the glass of the letterbox.
Yes. Yes, I see it.
That letter is from Krogstad.
Nora, it was Krogstad who lent you the money.
Yes, and now Torvald is going to discover everything.
Oh, believe me, Nora, it will be best for you both.
You don't know what's happened. I've committed a forgery.
But for heaven's sake,
Christine, all I want from you is to be my witness.
what do you mean? Witness what?
If I should go out of my mind, and it might easily happen.
Nora!
Or should anyone don't know what you're saying.
Was it anyone else except me? And say it was all his fault. Do you understand?
Yes? Yes? But how
Then
can
you
you
must
think?
testify, Christy, that it isn't true. I'm not mad. I know exactly what I'm saying. And I'm telling you that no one else knows about this. I did it entirely on my own. Remember that.
Alright. But I simply don't understand
How
it
could
goes-
you understand? A miracle is about to happen.
Miracle.
Yes, a miracle. But it's so frightening, Christine. It mustn't happen. Not for anything in the world.
I'll go over and talk to Kloft.
No! Don't come near him. He'll only do something to hurt you.
Once upon a time, he'd have done anything for my sake.
Ye.
Where does he live?
Oh, how should I know? Oh, wait. Here's his card. But the letter! The letter!
Nora!
What is it?
Sorry to frighten you. Oh, I can see the door is locked. Are you changing? Are you trying on a new costume?
Yes, Torvald. I'm trying on my costume. I'm gonna look so pretty for you.
Why he lives just around the corner.
But it's no use. There's nothing to be done now. That letter is right there, in that box.
And your husband has the key.
Yes, he always keeps it on him.
Kloft must ask him to send the letter back unread. He must find some
He
excuse.
always opens the box just about this time.
You must stop him. Go in and keep him talking. I'll be back as quickly as I can.
Torvald! Torvald, dear! Torvald!
Nora Helmer, played by Kayla Domingo, and Torvald Helmer, played by Pieterse, had just arrived home from a party that they hosted when Nora had danced the tarantella.
After failing to receive the affection he so desires from his wife, and coming to terms with Dr. Rank's declining health, Torvald is determined to empty the letterbox. The letterbox containing Krogstad's
Torvald, what do you want out there?
I must empty the letterbox. It is absolutely full and there'll be no newspaper in the morning.
Are you going to work tonight?
You know very well that I'm not. Hello? What is this? Someone's been at the lock.
At the lock?
Yes, I'm sure of it. Who on earth? Here's a broken hamlet. Nora, it's yours.
It must have been one of the children then.
Ah, that's done it. Look at this. See how they've all just piled up here? What?
Oh no, Torvald, no! Please, Torvald, please! Please, have mercy! Please!
What is this? Do you know what is in this letter?
Yes, I do. Let me go, Torvald!
Go where?
You mustn't try to save me, Torvald.
Is it true? What he writes, is it true? Oh my God. No, no. It's impossible. It can't be true.
It is true. I have loved you more than anything in the world.
Don't try to silly excuses.
Wretched woman!
Done.
Let me go. You won't suffer for my sake. I won't let you.
Stop being theatrical. You are going to stay here and you're going to explain yourself. Do you understand what you have done? Answer me! Do you understand?
Yes, I think I am beginning to understand.
Oh, what a dreadful awakening. For 8 whole years, she who has been my joy and pride, a hypocrite, a liar, worse, a criminal. Oh, the hideousness of it. Shame on you! Shame! I ought to have guessed that something of the sort would have happened. I should have foreseen it. All of your father's recklessness and instability. No religion, no morals, no sense of duty. Oh, how I've been punished for not foreseeing his faults. And I did it for your sake. And now you reward me like this?
Yes, like this.
You have destroyed all of my happiness. You have ruined my whole future. Oh, it is even too dreadful to even contemplate. I am condemned to the humiliation and sorrow simply for the weakness of a woman.
Sit down there, Torvald. You and I have a lot to talk about.
Nora, what do you mean? You look quite drawn.
Sit down. I have a lot to say to you.
You alarm me, Nora. I don't understand you.
Well, that's just it. You've never understood me. And I've never understood you. Until this evening.
My little songbird.
Don't interrupt me. Just listen to what I have to say. You and I have got to face facts, Torvald.
What do you mean by that?
Doesn't anything strike you about the way we're sitting here?
What?
We've been married 8 years. Does it occur to you that this is the first time that we two, you and I, man and wife, have sat down to have a serious conversation together?
Serious? What do you mean by serious?
8 whole years. No, longer. Ever since we first met, we've never had sat down to have a serious word on a serious subject.
Do you expect me to bring you into all of my worries? Worries you couldn't have possibly have helped me with.
Well, that's just it. You never understood me. A great wrong has been done to me, Torvald. First by Papa and then by you.
But we two have loved you more than anything in the world.
You've never loved me? You just thought it was fun to be in love with me.
What kind of a way is that to talk?
It's the truth, Torvald. When I lived with Papa, he told me what he thought about everything, so that I didn't have any opinions but his. And if I did, I kept them to myself because I knew he wouldn't have liked them. He called me his little dog. He played with me just the way that I played with my dogs.
What kind of a way is that to describe our marriage, Nora?
Torvald, I'm leaving you.
What did you say?
I must leave if I'm to find out the truth about myself and about life, so I cannot live here any longer. I'm leaving you now.
Goodness, I forget you!
I'm not letting you any longer. I will take with me nothing but what is mine. I don't want anything from you. Not now. Forever.
But this is monstrous! Can you neglect your most sacred duties? Your duties towards your husband and your children?
I have a duty equally as sacred.
You have not. What on earth can that be?
My duty towards myself.
First and foremost, you are a mother and my wife.
I don't believe that any longer. Goodbye, Torvald.
Nora! Come back!